Hawaii students take us along for their summer trip to the nation's capital. See why this was a working vacation.
7 college and high school students from the Waianae Coast just came back from the trip of their lives in Washington, D.C. They attended a media conference where they taught adults about editing and public access television.
While many kids might be cruising this summer, 7 students from Olelo Community Television's Media Center at Waianae High School went on a 2-week trip to our nation's capital, where they ended up teaching adults much older than them.
This guy right there.
We were able to bring something more to the ACM, and we weren't just there as a youth group who was observing, but we got to actually participate.
It all happened at the Alliance for Community Media International Conference. Thorn Kahele-Fontania taught a group of adults about video editing.
So I was kind of expecting to be intimidated. It ended up being wonderful. The people there were kind of like people home here, just very warm and welcoming.
It's an amazing feat, especially since Thorn almost dropped out of high school 3 years ago until he started coming to the Media Center.
They kind of picked me up when I was broken, so anything's possible when you put your heart into what you do.
First question I'm going to ask you is...
The students also became reporters.
Do you see any values?
And 16-year-old Waianae High junior-to-be Kaeo Bersaman sat down one-on-one with Senator Dan Akaka.
It felt like a day only we were in D.C. and then I already had to do my interview.
We can all learn something from these future media stars. In fact, the students made our job easier by setting up lights in a background for this story.
Public access is so important, especially for the youth, for young people. To be able to come into a television station and use the tools of the media to convey what they have to say, to really frame the story the way they see it. This is so unusual, and it happens here on community television, which is why it's so important we continue to support it.
Who have young energy and...
The students also participated in panel discussions on public television and starting youth media programs like this free summer program at Waianae High, which helps many at-risk youth.
Teaching the youngsters about media is only part of the mission of the Olelo Waianae Community Media Center. Interns there work with at-risk and vulnerable youth, teaching them the basics of community television.
And then we introduce the Hawaiian values, Hawaiian culture, to give them grounding and foundation so that no matter where they go in life, they're grounded and they're confident.
Not every place is the same, but there are unique cultures within each of these places, and Olelo has managed to meld the sort of media piece and the training piece with the cultural piece. Now that's not necessarily an easy thing to do, but it's something that, if done, embeds that media service in that neighborhood or in that community, and it also provides a way of bringing people together who otherwise in a local geographic area wouldn't have come together, or at least wouldn't have come together around a positive thing.
The students you see at the conference have been changed by their involvement in the media enrichment program. But it's not just the young people who have been changed.
We can make a more long-term impact if we involve the families. If we change not only the child, but the way their family thinks, it creates that long-term investment in the community.
Having the youth participate was really sharing their experience. And in the end, that benefits Olelo, that benefits the community. And in another way, indirectly, I hope benefits access centers across the country, because I think that's what the youth are able to do. They're able to say, here's what's possible, and shouldn't every single community in the United States have this opportunity?